Hi guys. Okay, in a recent video I showed how to use a U.S. Army compass pouch, and you put a donut of 550 paracord inside of it and you use the grommet hole in the bottom to make it into a dispenser. And I got a lot of people saying, what's a donut? I know I've done this video at least 5 times, but we're going to do it again. How to tie a donut. Why would you tie a paracord or some sort of cordage donut? It does not tangle up. It unspools without tangling up. That's why. Now, it can have lots of uses. I have seen it used to drop a line down a elevator shaft and things like that so it doesn't go whipping around. They hooked a weight to it and just held it out there and let it go and watched it straight line like it was coming out of a spool or something, you know, without any trouble. So it's just a handy way to deploy a line, and it's also a good way to store line. I typically keep raw cordage stored this way so that when I pull it out of my haversack, I know if it's in a donut, it means it's lined I can cut up. It is nothing special. If it's hanked like this, it means it's been made into something. In this case is just a 10-foot line, okay? But if I have it in a donut, that means raw, you can cut it. Okay, now I'm going to put you right over my shoulder and I'm going to show you exactly how we tie a donut. Okay, first thing we're going to do, and sorry for the wind, you start with a circle of some kind. Okay, so on one end of this I'm going to take and I'm just going to double it around my finger. I'm going to make a small circle. Okay, something like that. See, just a small loop. Now I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to form a loop. That's all. Just bend the line in half and form a loop, and I'm going to stick it up through that hole. Just like that. See, it's just sticking up through there. Now pinch it with my finger, take the other end of my hand, form a new loop, and go through that loop. Just like that. Now you're going to make it a little tighter, so let me pull up the slack here. Alright, since I have now made that loop, I'm now going to go through the loop. I'm going to take my long end, go through the loop, go through that, loop, pull to this end on the outside of the circle and make a new loop, go through that loop. Now I go through the circle, hook that loop through the loop, pull back to this side, make a loop, go through the existing loop, and all I'm doing is creating a loop, making a new loop, and going through it, pinching it. Now coming back inside, making a loop, go through it, pinch it. Outside the loop, making a loop, go through the loop, pinch it. That's all you're doing, and it goes around and around in a circle like that. It's kind of awkward at the beginning because it hasn't formed the donut yet, but you just keep going around. So that was in. Now I come to the outside, form a loop, go through it, push it inside the loop, form a loop, go through the existing loop, pinch it, outside, make a loop, go through the loop, pinch it. Alright, now I'm going to get as close as I can so you can watch me doing it repetitiously. Okay, and adjust my camera where I can see a little bit here. Alright, see the cord's on the outside. Push it through to the inside, form a loop. Take that loop, go through the loop that was already there, just like that. Okay, now come to the outside, form a loop, go through the loop, push it through to the inside, form a loop, go through the loop, outside, form a loop, go through the loop, inside, form a loop, go through the loop. That's all you're doing. Outside, form a loop, go through the loop, inside, wants to slide on them. Inside, form a loop, go through the loop, outside, form a loop, go through the loop. That's all you're doing right there. Now why we do this, see, it starts going around and around and around. Why we do it is when we go to pull this, see, I'll just set it up there on top. When I go to pull, what it's going to do is undo what we just did. See, bump, bump, bump. See, it just starts pulling itself apart. And it doesn't tangle up, see. What it's doing, it just pulls it back through. Those soft loops just keep pulling back through. And so you get an untangled line all the way back to your starting point. So that's a donut. It's not difficult. You start with a loop at the end of the cord. You form a loop, stick it through that loop, form a new loop on the outside, stick it through the first loop, go in, form a loop, stick it through, come to the outside, form a loop, stick it in, go to the inside, form a loop, stick it in. And that's all you're doing, constantly locking each loop through the one after it. When you go to pull it, they just undo. Really simple. It's one of those things that it's so complicated to try to explain it to you. And yet, when you figure out how to do it, it is so simple. It's just, you don't even think about it. You just sit there and do it. I will do this quite often where I will open up a line, you know, like that. I unspool a line, utilize it when I get done with it, and we're sitting around camp at night. That's when I'll sit there and I'll go to daisy chaining it back together or making a donut out of it to be able to put it back up when I'm done using it, you know. So that when I pull it, you know, we're on the move and I pull this down and we're ready to go. I ain't going to daisy chain it then. I ain't going to donut. I'm just going to hank it up, put it in a pocket or whatever and go. Excuse me. Then tonight, when we get to our new camp, we get set up. If I don't use it again, then I'm going to sit there and turn it back into a donut and put it back in my gear, because that way I know when I pull it out of that haversack, a donut is raw cordage that can be cut up. Now, can you do this with bank line? Yes. Can you do this with mule tape? Having a mind fart, guys. Can we do it with mule tape? Yes. You can do it with any rope. You can do it with a thumb thick line. If you want to take the time and make something big enough, it can be done. But that's all it is. It's a simple technique. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And please leave any questions down in the comments. I'd be glad to hear from you and glad to do what I can to help you. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.